Hello?
Welcome to Jacobstown, human. You're free to walk around. Just don't stare at the Nightkin. They don't like people looking at them. And if you're NCR, keep it to yourself. They're not popular around here.
I'm looking for Dr. Henry.
Doc's inside the lodge.
Okay. And what's wrong with the Nightkin?
Nightkin suffers schizophrenia from the stealth boys they're always using. One of the reasons I settled Jacobstown was so they could be cured. While they're in town, the Nightkin aren't allowed to have stealth boys, so their craziness doesn't get worse. Trouble is, the Nightkin don't like being visible either. They don't take being exposed too well.
Okay, and is there any rule I need to know?
Same as any civilized town. Don't start any fights or steal anything. We'll treat you fair. Not a lot to ask.
And why the super mutant here dislike the NCR?
A lot of bad blood between super mutants and humans. Goes back years. Some here still got the scars and memories. Me? I don't really have a problem with the NCR. Set their sights a little too high sometimes, but they try. Legion? That's another story.
What do you know about the Legion?
Caesar thinks he can change human nature. Most of the Legion is following Caesar, not Caesar's ideals. When he's gone, it'll crumble. Might not happen overnight. Might take a few decades, but it'll happen. Basic human nature. Greed, ambition, jealousy. We'll see to it.
And what made the NCR too ambitious?
They expand. Fast. If you got land they want, they'll take it. Eventually. Did it out west, they'll do it here. They keep rolling over people. They'll regret it. That's how revolutions start.
Anything else you can tell me about the NCR?
Seen them grow from a single town, Shady Sands, into the Republic. They've done good for the most part.
Do you have dealing with New Vegas?
Not really. Heard it's a paradise in the wasteland. Never been there myself. Doubt they'd let a mutant in. Amazes me people would come from all over the waste to throw away everything they've got in that town.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
And can you tell me a little more about this place?
Such as?
Does the town support itself?
Bighorners. Good eating. And we can trade the hides. Got a lot of wild ones around here, so it's easy to restock the herd.
And what the story of this place?
Was a resort pre-war. I renamed it to Jacobstown after an old friend. Died a long time ago. I figured us mutants needed a place to call our own. Town's far enough away from humans so they don't bother us much. One of these days I'm hoping we can trade with the rest of the wasteland. No more fighting, just get along.
I'd like to know more about you, for you don't seem as crazy here as the other super mutant, and you actually seem more civil than about anyone in the waste.
Was part of a super mutant army. Ran a town, walked the wasteland with the tribal. Now I'm here.
Tribal. Okay, okay, I guess he... yes, I think he came from... it was a character in Fallout 2, I'm pretty sure now. Tell me more about the tribal.
We were looking for a Gek to save the village of Arroyo. Eventually we did. Nuked an oil rig in the process. We went separate ways after that. I went east into the Rockies looking for other mutants like myself. Don't know what happened to my friend. I got a feeling it turned out all right in the end.
Okay, now that's sure that is Fallout. He's from Fallout 2. You were a mayor?
Town was Broken Hills. Bunch of super mutants, humans, and ghouls all living together peacefully. Well, most of the time.
Super mutant army?
Long story, so here's the short version. The Master created the super mutants and Nightkin. The Master thought he could unify everyone. No more differences, no more war. It didn't end well.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
All right.
I guess that's all. Goodbye.
See you.
And there was this glowing rock.
Need to tighten up my spices again. Better watch out. Lily's been babbling about her grandkids again.
Okay.
Dr. Henry's pretty smart for a human.
Okay.
See you.
Again. I need to see the dog for the dog.
Another human. One was enough.
Yes. Hello?
Bother someone else. I don't want anything to do with you.
With the other human you mentioned?
Dr. Henry, he's one of you. Go speak with him instead of me.
Do you have problem with human?
Humans are always staring at things. We Nightkin don't like being stared at. Is uncomfortable.
Does that make you different from some human?
It is different. Right now, I'm trying very hard to remain civil, and you're not making it easy with your incessant questions.
Okay, and what do you do here?
I represent the Nightkin. Marcus may lead this town, but the Nightkin listen to what I have to say. Doesn't mean I don't respect Marcus for what he's trying to do. However, he doesn't truly understand the difficulties of being a Nightkin.
Okay. And I know it's full of a cure, but you're here, but because of what Marcus said, but and why are you gonna ask him since he's part of the Nightkin? Why are the Nightkin here?
The stealth boys we use have cumulative adverse effects on our minds. Jacobstown was supposed to be a sanctuary, a place to find a cure. Instead, we wait and wait. I'm sick of waiting.
Yeah, okay, goodbye.
Finally.
No, just regular mutant. Ooh, snow globe.
Have you seen that tower on the strip all lit up? You can see it for miles.
Hello?
I assume this is about something important? You're interrupting my research.
Something wrong with my cyber dog. I was told to come to you.
It's neural degradation. Biomed gel can only preserve a living brain for so long, so you'll need to find a replacement. I haven't left Jacobstown in years, but there was one woman in Novak, Gibson. I remember her living with a pack of hounds. Aside from her, I know that the Fiends and Caesar's Legion fight alongside dogs. There could be viable specimens among them, if you can get to them.
Okay. And somewhat surprised to find another third human here.
I prefer the solitude, and having a bunch of super mutants around tends to keep things safe and quiet.
And okay, and you're a scientist?
Yes, specializing in neuroscience, both human and canine. Of course, this lab is nothing compared to what I had when I was with the Enclave.
You were with the Enclave?
Yes, but the leadership and I didn't see eye to eye, so I left. It was the right decision, since the Enclave's oil rig was destroyed not long after.
And canine neuroscience?
Cyberdogs and the like. It's not a field I work in much anymore.
Let's talk about something else.
If we must.
And what are you working on?
The Nightkin have varying degrees of mental instability due to their addiction to stealth boy use. I've been trying to come up with a cure. I'm currently investigating the local Night Stalker population, since they seem to have developed a natural stealth field. I've also gotten my hands on a working Stealth Boy Mark II prototype, but that experiment is riskier. I'd rather not pursue that research just yet.
Does Stillboy use Earth Human?
It's possible, but I've yet to see any hard evidence or hear of any cases where humans were negatively affected. Its negative effects are more pronounced on Nightkin.
And why are you helping the Nightkin?
Because Marcus asked me to, and because it's a reason for me to get up in the morning. I'd like to get one more grand accomplishment done.
And why is the Stillboy Mark II riskier?
The stealth field has been modulated to use less power and thus last longer, but for some reason it has pronounced negative effects on the user. However, these pronounced effects will allow me to pinpoint exactly what parts of the brain they're affecting. Unfortunately, I'll need to run the test on a live subject, and Marcus has encouraged me to investigate the Night Stalker mutation first.
Well, not to help with that yet. Gonna see about the dog first. Hello?
Hello. Huh. I'd heard there were new people in town, but I thought it was more super mutants. Nice to meet ya. I'm Calamity.
Okay, interesting name.
Thank you. Change names and jobs every decade or so just to keep things interesting. I picked Calamity this time because it sounded nice. Never really done much science stuff till now. I'm pretty good at it. Or so Dr. Henry tells me.
And does anyone but super mutant come this way?
Prospectors looking for salvage, usually. They always run when they see the mutants. The Great Khans come this way once in a while, but they keep their distance. I think they're mostly keeping an eye on us.
And what do you do here?
Most of the time, I'm Dr. Henry's research assistant. We're looking into ways to cure I'm also handy with tools. And once in a while I venture down into the valley to trade the big horner hides and meat for supplies.
Could use something repair?
Let me take a look.
Okay. Let's bring it to a decent... yes, I got the cap. Gonna see what you have for sale first.
Alright.
Okay, Dr. Bag.